Hey guys, Rosita here, your go-to vocal and language coach here on takelessons.com. Welcome to another episode of If You Can Speak, You Can Sing. Now today we're going to talk about how to speak and sing in front of groups. I do have a lot of clients, both speakers and singers. They have that insecurity and that fear of presenting in groups, regardless if it's small or large. And I wanted to give you guys some advice. And yes, I'm not going to deny this may be advice that you guys heard before from either, from reading from books or podcasts or other YouTubers. But I'm going to also give you guys some actions that you can, act on and things to be aware about. So hopefully this video will be beneficial for you. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel for updates. I do like to do question and answers from you guys, whether from my students or for those watching the videos from here on YouTube, Facebook, or here on takelessons.com. Okay, let's get started. So the key of speaking successfully to groups of any size is engaging in your personal self. What is your motive to speak or sing? What is that one thing that you want them to get out of your lecture or presentation? By getting in tune with yourself in a personal sense to build a form of engagement or connection to your audience, to your listeners. That's a better word, listeners. Now, people in the audience, whether it's around a conference table or a lecture hall or a stage, they want to feel like if you're speaking to them directly. The technical considerations of how to make that happen, it really does vary according to the type of the presentation, to the size of the group and the size of the room, but the principle is still the same. You want to speak and sing clearly, and make sure you speak and sing clearly from the heart. And one thing for sure is never, ever underestimate the power of a smile. Think of your favorite singers or speakers. What do they all have in common? Well, I can tell you one thing for sure, whether I'm listening to Tony Robbins or Jim Rohn, or when I'm listening to a pastor. Good speakers and singers, they all speak or sing from a genuine place. We tend to be drawn to people who seem real and therefore seem trustworthy, right? So we want to hear what they say or sing. Also, good speakers and singers are truly interested in communicating with you. They have a message to give you, or there's something they want to share with you. And it doesn't matter if it's in a live environment or a televised environment. So one of the speakers I do listen to is Jim Rohn. Granted, it's his older stuff because he did pass several years ago, and how he speaks and listening to the MP3 files, I'm not seeing him, but he gets me motivated and I still learn things from him. He speaks from a genuine place. You can tell by how he speaks to his listeners that he wants to generally share the information to make your business better or for you to be a better person. Jim Rohn is amazing. If you can look him up, I definitely suggest him, especially if you're entrepreneurs or business professionals. But Jim Rohn, thumbs up. Going back to the topic, if you don't know how to reach there, well, think of an actor. A good actor's performance. They seem natural, right? And they're relaxed playing their designed role. My cousin, Jose Arturo, you guys probably know him as Arturo Castro. He is in the show Broad City, and Narcos on Netflix, and dude, he's a character. But it's amazing to see how natural he is when he acts. He really hones into the role because he wants to give the character's message to the other characters participating in that scene or drama. Also, another point, actually speaking about my cousin, is he does have stage performance as well. And I also have stage, I was also a stage actor a long time ago, but thinking of him, because he's done way more than I have, they're aware of where they are. The terminology here is blocking. So they're aware of their blocking. They know where they are in the room or in the stage. They acknowledge where the light is. And they know how to project using proper vocal technique and subtly positioning themselves to make sure that the audience can see their faces. So what does all of this have to do with presenting in a group setting? Well, whenever you want to declare a message to someone, you want to make sure that they're looking at you, right? And you want to make sure that you're positioned in the right place so you can wholeheartedly give what's in your to verbally say what's in your heart, to verbally state what you want to say to that person or persons, as I'm doing to you right now. I'm aware of my lighting. I'm in my backdrop here and making sure I look good for you guys. And trust me, you guys don't want to see me without makeup anyways. Alright, so let's get into the group settings and different group situations here. Regardless if it's small, medium, or large, specifically in smaller groups, the atmosphere is going to feel either really casual or really intimidating. Now, that being said, notice your surroundings. Notice the room. If you are in a room that can hold significantly more people than are present, hone in to your listeners. And if possible, have them come forward to the room so that all of you guys are in the general space. Please be aware of your body. I cannot stress this enough. Yes, I've had several videos on body alignment. If you haven't watched that, please, here, one of these two. I'll put the link up for body alignment. Body language expresses a great deal of communicative information, and people make judgments. I am not going to hide that at all, because we're human. We all do that. Imagine a speaker who has their shoulders rolled over, or actually, you know what? Just look at me. I'm teaching you guys, so I'm just gonna go in the. Are you gonna if I'm teaching you like this? Oh, I'm slumped over. My shoulders are rolled. I am looking at my script. I don't want to face the camera. I'm going to give you guys an impression that I don't have confidence in what I'm doing, that I show a lack of interest, I'm unprepared, I lack the strength, and I also lack the skill. Now, if I look directly into the camera, or to be more personal, I'm looking directly to you guys, because really I don't see a camera, I really see you guys. I'm completely open. My shoulders are back and down. I'm not hunching over. I'm not hiding my face. I'm not looking at my script. Okay, I'm kinda am as reference. You get a different impression, right? I seem more trustworthy and I seem more engaging. So when giving a presentation, regardless if you're sitting or standing, you want to keep proper body alignment, be prepared, know your material, which I'm going to get into in a second, and pan around your listeners. Engage them and smile. Now, easier said than done. I know. I wasn't the best of speakers a long time ago. But that's why preparations are so important. Know your material. Outline your material. Teachers, we make lesson plans, right? Let's follow those lesson plans. Again, easier said than done. Sometimes. Remember, you are showing yourself as a professional. If you are presenting an idea that you have or an invention to business people, they're making time for you. Make their time worth it, whether they like the idea or not. I tell this all the time to members of the choir that I direct. Practice makes permanent, and permanent makes one comfortable in what they're doing. They don't second guess themselves, like walking. Outline your material, create a song list, know your audience, know the types of people that are coming to see you present, know your band members. Sometimes in my situations when I have to sing, I have no idea who are going to be my singers or bandmates. So I'm like, okay, who am I singing with? So I can prepare and I know, what their strengths are. Trust me, when you know your material, you're going to feel and look comfortable. So practice in front of a mirror, then practice with a friend of yours, and then a couple of your friends, regardless if you're presenting in your native language or not. Another thing to consider is that, can people see your face? Can they see your eyes? Are you making eye contact? Now, as actually when I was writing this script, I realized that I keep eye contact with all of my students, whether it's group or one-on-one lessons. And then I had a business consultant meeting last Monday. The business consultant, who's just very knowledgeable, was looking straight into my eyes, and I am not going to deny it made me uncomfortable, which I am thankful for experiencing that, because I know how my students feel. And granted, in that situation, I am the student in this case, and the consultant is the teacher. Although it made me feel uncomfortable, I wanted to know what he was teaching. I wanted to learn from him. And I knew that he was being sincere and genuine, because he does want me to succeed in my current business. So why are we afraid of eye contact? I know people say if you look through your eyes, we can see your soul and all your secrets. Not really. I just want to make sure you guys are listening to me and paying attention and being focused. That's why we engage in eye contact, to make sure you guys are focused and listening. And also we get to show that we're being genuine and sincere and trustworthy. Now, I don't know about you guys ever experiencing this, but I remember a long time ago, I was still in my college days, but I still had to present, whether it was speaking, so I was still teaching while I was in college, and I also had to sing in front of different places. Now, one thing that I did notice is when I was speaking and giving a presentation to a group, I was not paying attention to my vocal technique at all. For some reason, despite that I was learning the material that I'm actually teaching you, the connection in my brain was like, okay, vocal technique is only solely for singing, not speaking. I was actually giving a presentation on music history subject, that my throat was hurting. It was tense and all these things. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Then I never did that again. I use proper vocal technique when speaking. So it's vital for not only just singing to use your vocal technique, but speaking as well. I recently just did a video, or actually I uploaded it already. I should have uploaded it by now, about how to prevent vocal injury. I talk about how misuse of your voice can lead to various vocal injuries. And I showed gruesome pictures too. Yeah. We want to use proper technique, to keep our vocal cords healthy, because we can't go buy another set, guys. this is the only set we will ever get. Now, like I said, even though I was talking about primarily small groups, but this applies to both medium-sized groups and large groups. The material is generally the same, except the larger group it is, obviously you can't engage on individual eye contact. You want to pan through your listeners, and if it's a massive audience, find a focal point and talk to that. So it looks like, but of course it has to be over their heads. And yes, you do generally want to find in essence 3 focal points. One to the left, one to the right, and one to the middle. So it looks like you are talking to everybody. We never want to look down to that one person in the middle of the second row like this. We don't want to give solely the attention to that particular person, unless if you're in love with that person, then go ahead, but don't forget about the other people. Alright, so hopefully this video has helped. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, because I am going to be doing question and answers about groups, of how to presentate, and even more advice. So definitely subscribe for updates. If you guys are interested in taking lessons with me, please check out my profile right here at takelessons.com, where you can check out my background, my availability, pricings, and reviews. I am so blessed right now. I have over 200 views from when I started teaching, and thank you so much. And this is from various subjects that I do teach, from singing, vocal training, coaching in Japanese and in Spanish, teaching you the language. And I thank you guys. I am definitely blessed to do what I do, and it's due to you guys. So yeah, so thank you, and I really hope that we can continue this. I love for making a career for this. So I really cannot do it without you guys. So yeah, please check out my profile. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. If you guys are watching this video on Take Lessons, go ahead, click that button that says Ask a Question. Alright, until then guys, take care!